Heard from the lasses down on 22.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the ring.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my... I can't thank you enough. Keep hanging around and I'll... What can I do? Not sure why you'd want to, given the biohazard signs. Luckily, we don't have... Well, you did help me out.
Ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
For the last ratted on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed. What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my... You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hope... What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you... Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your...
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you? Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need?
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent... If you're looking for a medic, I can... If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you set up this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer. She helped me win a bet. We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a Ment. What can I say? Something about people telling me I can't do a thing that just makes me itch. And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off. Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet. It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
and 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a smile.
Okay.
Hey, bounty hunt. Nothing. Have either of these
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
You ever notice how our crew's a lot like that crime family from The Masked Marketeer?
What's that make the vicar?
Max? I was thinking maybe one of the butlers. Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna tell him.
Good to see you, Bob.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on? What? No. If it were, I'd be hollering loud enough to wake the dead. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my data pad. She sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so... Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they did. Thanks, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna... Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I... Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Two atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive." Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish, Captain. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Can we talk? This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us. With a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from your boss is worse than whatever a bunch of marauders will do to you. Doesn't exactly encourage calling for aid when there's a fuck-up. If you say so, I'm keeping a finger on the trigger. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for.
Do return in one piece. Captain.
No security. Not that I'm complaining.
Tényleg elhagyatottnak tűnik ez a hely.
Something chewed clear through that armor.
Clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
Anything shifting.
Warning. Pathing obstruction.
Is that gunfire?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. Forget I said anything about that. Wish they tasted like Sissy Pig. Them's good eating. Some say chicken. I say the north end of a southbound woolly cow. Anything... Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that were... Got me. I just do what I'm told. Not... Oh, before I forget. Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick, please. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to the raptidons? Oh, well, good luck. Now, if you got the carbon in here, it's just a matter of... Orson, you idiot. Just put it... Of course, because I didn't... No, it's get this. It's gotta put it in. Of course, it's... We're gonna get this solved. I mean, it's really not... I'm going to... Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He could... Now, if you got the carbon in here, it's just... What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Why, yes. I suppose I could. No. Well, I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better where they were... Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Blast. Well... We are experiencing a security event, sir and/or madam. Please vacate the premises immediately and return to your... You are? But corporate never told me they were sending a fixer. I have strict orders not... Please remember that Anti-Cleo Pharmaceutical... Roseway Lab is a highly classified facility.
Oh.
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Cortez. Over in the main labs. I rabbited back here when I realized I was hearing gunshots. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hour? Sure. Loyal company fella. Look, I don't want to go back out there, but there's a thing I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. Something that could really get me ahead. I've been extracting organic compounds from raptidons.
Whoa, slow down. Benefits?
In certain social situations. Personal situation.
Oh, he's making enraptured, Captain. An aphrodisiac. Wrapped musk is the main ingredient.
What? No? I mean, yes, I'm getting the musk. With Monarch embargo, the price is sky high, but I'm not making the drug. Sure. Of course. Our lab's south of here, down the road. Not the old public lab, the one past that, built into the mountainside. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself, dissection tables and whatnot. It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and... If you have a buyer. I got a contact who wants to help me out. I'll cut you in for a share. I'll even pay you before I am. Great!
So, hoping to score some free samples?
You're underestimating the importance of the 8th back.
Blankenship, she's okay. But Lunsford has the highest rate of foot goals per game.
But if you cross-reference with the skills of the opposing team, his hand goal rate plummets.
What?
Was that supposed to be the living quarters? Seemed about as livable as a coffin.
Let me go this over.
The ventilation shaft runs from the front.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Yes. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked.
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cowards.
I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, my research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here. We're expendable resources, to be neglected and left to our fates were anything untoward to happen. May strike you as such, but nothing less than what we signed on for. More than worth it, in my estimation. Perhaps, if you can prove yourself worthy of trust, the fact that you're here now has me thinking... Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me. You have a point there. It most decidedly cannot make this situation any worse. All right. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel.
One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever. Not just any diet toothpaste, the ultimate diet toothpaste. Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes to its molecular composition. But you're missing the point. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap Diet toothpaste in and of itself, we're talking about my career. Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our marketing department is almost as befuddled as my co-workers here. Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code, and the lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original by the Grand Architect. Jameson, he's in the old lab. My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic... You don't understand. He was my responsibility. All of the people stationed here are, regardless of their... If he has died, too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name.
This Crane guy cares more about his research than his own people. Hushing up. Still got it. Nobody messes with you, boss!
Don't mess with us. Makes you wonder about their labs.
Here they come!
Kill them!
Hit! Oh, that's the last of him! That's the last of him! Everyone all right?
You don't shoot, I won't shoot. Deal? Keep them hands where I can see them. You and me both. Name's Lillian. Lady named Cass hired my crew as gun hands. I got left here to watch for Cleo reinforcements. They all got pinned. I'm sweaty. I got clawed by one of them monsters. I've been in the dirt all day, and I got bugs in places you don't need to know about. I'm on a fucking break. Got a smoke? Thanks, brother. I've had better. Lost some things in a dust-up. But I didn't get eaten like some of our crew. Got that going for me. Some of them were okay. You don't get too close in this work. And Dylan, well, ain't no one gonna regret his passing. I was near the Raptidon pen when they got loose. Had to set a few to rights. When I got to checking if all my parts were still attached, I realized I'd dropped my cigarette. I look busy to you. It's surrounded by pissed-off Raptidons. My mama didn't raise no dumbass. This was a Spacer's Choice commemorative case. Some promo for Founding Day they did back in, I forget the year. Worth?
Don't tell me we're about to go fishing through a Raptidon's guts.
An outdoor Raptidon pen yonder, past the main entrance. Law only knows why they're breeding the damn thing. I'd be obliged.
Ow. No się pizzas.
Finders keepers, Captain.
Oh. Mindegy.
Dare you to touch it.
Ow.
Watch yourself,
Get
you're
up!
hurt!
Come on!
Hát ez hülye ötlet volt.
Yeah!
Nice one!
Now that was fun!
What the?
Alright, here we go! I'm out! Reloading!
Seriously, don't get yourself killed. It's a nice cigarette case, but... You're shitting me. That's what you want, I'm game. But she's gonna give you pamphlets. Don't say I didn't warn you. She's pinned in the lower levels by Auntie's guards. I'll radio her you're coming, but it's on you to find a way to her. They're a huge pack of assholes. Don't mind the asking, but I ain't telling. You want details? Go talk at Miss High and Mighty What's-Her-Name. She's in the... I got a radio, yeah. If I see any corporate ships incoming, I shout her a warning. You've definitely got something large and uncomfortably shaped up her nethers. Yammering on about rights and privileges and what all. I'm like, lady, just sing out when you want something shot. Leastways, her pamphlets make good kin... Well...
Hey! You! Over here! I'm guessing you're the one Lillian described? It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I have Crane's research. No, I'm not giving it back. Sorry to disappoint you. Yes, I imagine he does. But we all have problems. It is the human condition. I am myself ensnared in this wretched place. You want to kill me. I don't want to die. Therefore, it is in my best interest to negotiate with you. Help me get out of here, and I will pay you for my life. You're asking a great deal from me. This research is my only bargaining chip. You're not wrong. Help me get out of here, and I might be willing to hand over my research. The first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Cleo security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot them, I suppose you could talk to them. The other way out is through the loading bay, but you'd have to clear out the rafts for me. Then I could just slip out the back, sight unseen. Give me a little credit. We are not bandits. We do not steal research. So a few scientists were caught in the crossfire. I will not be accountable for every idiot who wanders in front of my... Semantics. If I were consigned to spending my days making diet toothpaste, I would pray for a bullet to my... Break me out of here, and I will listen to all the supercilious comments you want to make about my leader. You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Ask away. Sell it, of course. I don't have any use for the scribblings of idiotic scientists, but whoever gave me this tip obviously does. Assuming I make it out of this place alive. And with my ship out of commission, I'll have to leave on foot and hope my luck changes. One problem at a time, I suppose. I have been asking myself the same question. Our tactics were sound, but no battle plan survives contact with the enemy. We were acting on a good tip. But the tip never mentioned the rafts. When we hit the lab, those rafts got loose. Tore through as many of ours as theirs. From the day we are born, we are made to obey. Never question, never hope. Never dream of anything greater than the lot appointed to us. Corporations expect us to work until the day we die. But they could not give a half-bit shit about our lives. No one asks why anymore. The establishment tells us to live here, work there, eat that, drink this. All our choices are made for us, so we forget we ever had a choice. I am doing this because I can. Because it thrills me. Because I take a deep and profound pleasure from stabbing at the heart of corporate power, no matter how shallow the wound. Nothing beyond the purview of a talented freelancer like... The Raps took us by surprise, as they would anyone. My crew were split apart and lost in the corridors. They went one way. You'll need a keycard to unlock my door. I don't know where the... No one asked.
System performing an
Here they come!
Oops.
Don't know about you, but this just makes me want to get inside even more. If they didn't want to tempt us, why'd they lock it up?
Huh? Move along.
Those innocent guns. Slaughtered.
I can take a hint.
You damn turncoat. We saw everything.
No.
You must think me a fool. I was watching on the security cameras. You got down... I reckon we got nothing to say to each other. You got one... You convinced her to let us leave in peace. Listing the ills we've been done ain't exactly putting me in a mind to compromise. I gotta believe that all we done will mean something to the company, to Doc Crane. That effort will make up for mistakes. I've worked for Auntie Cleo 18 years, done my best for them. I reckon I don't see any better solution.
Process.
Let's dance!
Nice one!
Everyone all right?
Esküszöm, nem láttam azt.
It ain't stealing if no one sees. I won't tell. They can't keep us out.
Nice and quick.
Finally. I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open... Please tell me you've cleared a... So you have. And now, if you do not... Oh, really? Your point is well taken. I would rather not spend the rest of my days looking over my shoulder. Here, take the damned research. I would have been insulted if you had. Orphans. Is that what you are calling yourself now? Here, let it never be said that I do not reward good work.
at that. These idiots got themselves a mama raptidon.
Nope, 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 nope. Oh, itt várunk. Aha. Majd becsukhatna.
Looks like a great spot for an ambush.
Oh, Processing. Searching.
That was fun. Doing this. Hey, score one for Felix.
Előbb direkt halld meg. Közben meg későn értünk ide.
unexpected. Second.
Am I wrong for looking at this colossal machine of destruction and thinking, Felix, you should hijack that?
Fenébe.
Nobody in this damn town knows how to clean.
Oh,
For what?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you get.
growth beginnings.
Reminds me of the first ship I crewed on. The captain had to ban Borst and baked beans.
Nice one!
imagined I'd say this, boss, but even a Raptidon deserves better.
Any news on the thing we spoke? Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, this is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over, pleasure doing business.
Oh, hello. Ah, yeah. What a relief. You hold months of work in your hand. Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been. All the more reason I need to keep my Now, if you... Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price among the So be it. Much obliged. Here are your bids. Now, let's see here. Attach. Voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
That no-account fool Porter and his crew are even more worthless than I could have imagined. My research? That's... You can't possibly understand the enormity of what you... Did you find... That is... tragic news. I never did right by him. Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research. And now I'll have to live with that.
Organic materials detected on roadway. Please ensure mechanisms are free of reversal.
That was a nice warm-up.
Here we go!
Everyone all right?
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
So you're the captain's mysterious associate. I'm Ellie. Nice.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while... Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their care. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward... Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. What's... Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia. Life outside work? No, of course not. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, to answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves. Because we've lost our way, the board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the hope. Get it? We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Staying out of sight.
Careful, that's my communications terminal. I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell, they might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be... What's that? Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Na jó. Gyönyörű.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship? We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Weasel's Purple Berry Crunch. Sugar gel base and purple berry.
Have you had a moment to look into that little upper? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snoop. What's that? What'd you turn up?
Szóval mindent vissza kellett volna hoznunk.
Well, that's just swell, sweetheart. A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price. I may have thrown in a patch of my famous If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be... Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old... I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a dear. Now. What do you want? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their... But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. That's right, dearie. Though for how long, I can't say. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
Hey, boss. If you need a tour guide, I've seen all 12 episodes of Terror on Monarch. Kind of an expert.
As long as there's paying work, you can count me in.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping. A legitimate... You the one flying the Sure, Miss Lily has been expecting you. Hey, Doc Fenhill. Glad to see you ain't moved on from Groundbreaker.
Hey, Tobias.
Good as you left it, ma'am. Took some extra lead while I was on a job. Ellie here patching me up good. The other guy thought his ship was perfectly operational. I told him it was salvage.
Workplace hazards, Captain. Pretty routine around here.
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they... These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lily.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise... Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his any... I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings.
Does this make us sublight agents now?
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, one of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could... We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board and bar. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good... One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman. When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry up. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
But it can be a lot of fun, if you don't mind the possibility of rewiring your body on an atomic...
You and I have different notions of fun, Dr. Fenhill. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes on the... Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch. You'll do fine.
Yeah, see? We'll be fine.
Hail, Captain. Your return time is within 14% of the expected value. Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Azért magyar, mert egyszerűen egy magyar játsza. Ennyi, nem tudok mit csinálni. Nincsen hozzá se magyar felirat. Kommentelni meg. Néha beszélek, ennyi.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps? You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound. Best of luck, everyone on the...
Szóval a célunk az, hogy ezen a bolygón beszerzünk valamilyen cuccot, ami többi kolonistának kell, hogy fel tudjuk őket rébreszteni.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you
Azt mit
around.
írják alá?
That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic, us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh.
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar... I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment. Signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Remek, ezzel majd később foglalkozok. Kicsit... Visszük 35-re. Csak maradékot, ebben nagyon fejlesztettem. Nézzük, mit kell csinálni. Valakivel beszélnünk kell.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI. Nice change of pace. Outstanding. What are you doing in Stellar Base? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head.
Okay.
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine? I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one. Well, they work. We got...
Olyan kell távolra kell mennünk, hogy kávét vegyek valakinek?
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
He's always cranky.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for? I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth, our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame? Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Now I've gone and said too much, and you... Well, I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them. Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers.
And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. Careless experimentation with medicinal substance.
But until then, it's lots of...
Episodic pharmacological delirium is no laughing matter. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but...
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. Jin. If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own.
Don't be so hard on her.
All right, hushing up.
Ah, the charmer. Oh.
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See, I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible, got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stocking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment. Great. Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
A real big game hunter.
A ship? Well, look at you.
A kettesre akartam lőni, és előtt akartam megküldeni, de mindegy.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here.
Please, will someone help me? Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong. Like my little... Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know...
It's more dissolving than...
That is not help. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants.
Egy jobban
But he
hangzik.
didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find... He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the wall. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little... He should have listened to his mama. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but... And now I just know my boys run off to Amber Heights. Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting.
Not sure I'm seeing the problem here.
You're one of them, aren't you? You should be ashamed. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of... If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd... That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body, or maybe Marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby. Thank you. Oh, I know. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths.
Okay. Eléggé kreatív egy fantázia volt ennek a nőnek.
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
We gotta go exploring. I want to see some savages. Heads up! Nice hit! Got him, boss!
That's the last of them.
Fenébe. Na, szerintem pontosan ennyi elég volt mára. Ez már ugye az első live-vel együtt 6 óra volt. Nem, 5,5. Hát akkor majd holnap folytatom. Addig is sziasztok!